Hey loves, welcome back to Day Spills Tea. I, of course, am the lovely Day. And I just wanted to share a few of my thoughts about this final episode of the R&B Queens, SWV and Escape. We know that at the end of the episode, it was mentioned that Tamika and Tasha have not spoken since that final show that they did together, which is kind of disheartening. But honestly, the way Tasha has acted, I don't know if it's really a loss. Tamika, cut your losses. Like, you might be better off without this type of person in your life, especially if she's telling you, which she did, that this is who she is. Anyways, before I get into all of my thoughts about the episode, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, show me some love. Make sure you leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think about this entire episode, what you think about the relationship with Tamika and Tasha, and what she call him, Edward still in hands. Make sure if you haven't subscribed already, you go ahead and take care of that today. All right, let's get into it.
If somebody paying me, that means they owe me, and I ain't stealing.
That's Rocky on some BS. Now, he goes from saying on the phone that he ain't take nothing from this promoter and he ain't talk nothing to this promoter about Escape, and he got the text messages whoop-de whoop 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 on his phone, to in the confessional talking about, I make deals, I did the deal. And then Tasha is trying to like clear his name and say, if anybody brings a show to the table, then they get a percentage because they did the deal or whatever. And this nut is not willing to allow her to help him out because he's so full of himself and so full of ego that he just goes right back to the exact same rhetoric. This is not even sad to me anymore. It was very sad at first, but now it's actually comical. Because he is doing like everything a man could do to say, I'm guilty, I'm guilty, I'm guilty. Like, this is... Listen. Like, Tasha is a fool for this man. And that's fine. A lot of us have been a fool for a man. Might be a fool for a man right now. But when you keep trying to take up for him and then doing lie after lie after lie after lie after lie, trying to smooth things over, then you're not even just being a fool for him, but now you actually look stupid. Like, it's a difference in being a fool for your man and just looking stupid. Now you look like a stupid liar. Not trying to be disrespectful, but that's just really what it is. So she did that whole Instagram live. I know y'all in all seen it, where she's crying and talking about how they have an open marriage. Then she goes on Watch What Happens Live and says that they don't have an open marriage. She meant open communication. Sis, we not stupid. Like, she legit sat there and said, a lot of people, if they have an open marriage, want to keep it private, but we have that. If it was open communication, why would that need to be kept private? Like, it's very, very clear that you're lying once again, allegedly, or whatever, so that you can try and get this gospel album out, because I don't know who at the church going to be trying to buy gospel music from somebody with an open marriage and all the other shenanigans that you and your husband have going on. But it's just looking really stupid. Please stop talking. Like, I know so many other bloggers and everything are telling you to stop talking. Please take heed. Stop talking. You look stupid. You sound stupid. And you have proven yourself time and time again to be a flat out liar. In this episode, she went back and threw up the stuff that Tamika said about Candy, which we all know that that was lies. I love that Candy knew Tamika well enough to accept her apology and accept why she may have did what she did and be able to forgive her. I don't know if I could have, but I'm glad that she did. But Tamika has this one thing in her history, but Tasha, you have lie after lie after lie. Like, this is looking like pure insanity. Like, I can't even keep up with all the lies of it all. And where is the mama? Like, where is the mama in all of this? Is she ever going to hold Tasha accountable for any of this? Or is she just going to continue to enable her to be this way? Which is really, really sad. Oh my God. Anyways. It's just too much. The Rocky Bivens of it all is too much. So as the ladies are telling Tasha about these text messages, y'all gonna have to forgive me. I'm all over the place because this is just wild. As the ladies are telling her about these text messages, Tasha is talking about, Like, girl, you don't need to do all of this squinting. You can see these text messages print. They print big as hell. You can see them just like all of us can see them. And she's like, y'all gonna believe text messages over you? Yes. Over your line, stealing husband? Absolutely. The producers say, first, Tamika accused you of the royalties, and now this with the promoter and the kickback. This man said, nah, that's not true. They can't prove that. I never had a bank account. Sir, please think about your lies before you say them. You have absolutely had a bank account. Then he goes on to say, you can't deposit you can't deposit nobody's royalties unless you got their social security number and forging signatures. And plus, I don't know nothing about that. Sir, you just told us exactly how it's done. You just told us exactly how it's done. Don't go back now and say you don't know nothing about that. Clearly you do. All you would need to do is have that person endorse the check over to you, which is why we see Tamika's name on the top of the check, signed by or forged by your wife, allegedly, and then signed by you, so you could deposit it into your bank account. Like, it's really, really like he practiced looking and sounding guilty. And then he's looking at Tasha like, help me. This is comical. This cannot be real life. Oh my God. And so she has the nerve to be sitting there saying her life and her career didn't start or stop with this group. Your career absolutely 100% started with this group. And it's looking like it's going to 100% stop with this group. So I haven't checked to see record sales or streams or anything like that, but I know her stuff was supposed to, her solo stuff was supposed to drop this past Friday. I wonder how it did. People might listen because they just want to check it out. People might listen because they genuinely love her. And some people might just flat out not listen. So I am curious to see what happens with that. But having a long-standing, successful career after what we're witnessing, I just don't see it. I just don't see that being able to happen. And then, of course, he's telling her, well, if you think this is the end, then just be okay with it. Because in his mind, he has already won and his baby about to be the next Beyonce. But no, it's no, no. Ladies are at the venue preparing to perform. Tamika is late getting there because she had to drive separately because sis got an entourage. She got a whole team riding with her. And of course, the other ladies are annoyed by her being late. And Tamika is like, I don't know what's gotten into my sister. This isn't her. This is him. Now, I have not agreed with anything that Tasha has done from jump. Like, her attitude has been piss poor. She's been nasty. I believe that she and her husband are stealing. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not stating it as facts or anything like that. But honey, if the budget allows for me to have an entourage, the way my personality and my ego and my team extra is set up, I will have an entourage. I wouldn't be late because I'm going to respect everybody else's time. But I'm going to have an entourage. And y'all could be mad if y'all want to. But I'm going to have hair. I'm going to have makeup. I'm going to have nails. I'm going to have somebody to, make sure that everything is pulled and sitting right and all of that. So I'm not mad at Tasha for this. And I don't know why Tamika has anything to say about it, honestly. Maybe she just doesn't like the way her sister is acting with her entourage. But baby, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If I ever get rid of my fupa, I'm going to act like I have an entourage. I'm just kidding. I just felt like it was no need to comment on her having her entourage. Let her have her. If she got these folks, if she paying for them with the money she already done stole, let her be great. And so during their rehearsals, it's like SWV kind of has it together. Escape doesn't seem to have a clue what's really going on or what they're supposed to be doing. I could be wrong. Anyway, so Coco has an attitude. She talking about she want to punch something. Lily's trying to keep her calm. And then the next thing you know, Tosh, dear, sweet, innocent Tosh, done told Don Juan to shut the F up. Everybody's at their wits' end. Everybody looks frustrated and tired and aggravated and annoyed. And I'm just thinking to myself, this is why I don't really have girlfriends. Like this, to any fellas who might be watching, ooh, be glad you don't have to have like girlfriends. Because girls, it'd be a lot. Some of y'all females might not like that I said that, but it's true. We can be really, really difficult to deal with. And I'll say this too. Once they get to the end of the show and they do Understanding as the final song, are the Escape Girls really that egotistical that they believe that Understanding is the final song over Weak? Like, Weak is a culture classic. Weak is that deal. I'm sorry. I love Escape and I rocked Escape way more than I did SWV back in the day. But Weak is that song. And there is no way they should have left that show on any other note than Weak by SWV. That's just my personal opinion. So the scene when they return from break the morning of the show, please go back and watch it. What the hell are those vocals? Like, I know that was none of the SWV or Escape Girls. The vocals are horrible. Why did they put that on this show? Bravo, do better. Like, please go back and watch when the show returns from break the morning of the actual show. Anyways, so they're all in their dressing rooms getting ready, and Tamika and Candy are together, and Tasha walks in with her entourage, and them laughing at her tickled me to death. I thought that was so funny. That was, to me, almost as funny as that fool talking about, I ain't steal nothing. But nothing compared to when Tamika said she would rather be with them than Edward still in hands. I just about fell out my seat when she called that man that, because that is the greatest name. He is, with his name being Edward Bivens or whatever, Edward still in hands is just hysterical. And of course, Candy was laughing her head off. That was some good shade. And they, of course, mentioned that since she dropped receipts, because obviously she gave them receipts before she gave us receipts, he had kind of made himself scarce. And of course he would. Because he ain't about to sit up there and face the music. He just going to keep on lying and hiding and whatever. Allegedly, if these receipts are real. So during the show, Singing Anything, and they're kind of mixing it in, mixing the performance in with Coco's confessional. And she's talking about how we get it in, we have fun. But to me, and maybe it was just me, Coco's performance was kind of lackluster. Like, I felt like she was uncomfortable or not feeling well. She definitely didn't look like she was having fun. Like, Taj and Lily were giving all kinds of face and attitude and funk, and if it was fun watching them. But although Coco was the one saying they were having fun, she didn't look like she was having fun. And for me, that was taking away from the performance. Like, you know, Beyonce is my favorite entertainer in the world, but mostly because she always looked like she was on stage having a blast. I want to see my entertainer having a good time, and that kind of translates to me having a good time. Anyways, that was my personal feelings on that. And then we got Escape up there. Escape did their thing, and I was feeling like Tamika and Tasha, their voices pretty much sound as they always have. Like, I really think Tamika's voice has probably gotten even stronger over the years. And maybe just back then we didn't get to hear it as much, you know, because Tasha was supposed to be that girl as far as the vocals go. But I wouldn't mind a Tamika album. Like, for real, I wouldn't mind a Tamika album. When they sang Understanding and she was just kind of in her zone, I was, yes, baby, yes. Like, I could have sat and listened to her sing all day. So Tamika, you know, consider, you know, doing a little shake the neck, you know, if the Escape thing don't end up continuing in the same format, I would love to hear more from Tamika. But I do still maintain my original opinion. Week should have been the last song. Like, for me, that's just undeniable. And I know that there was so much controversy about who should headline and who should not. And Candy and Tiny have millions of subscribers and followers and all of that. Don't nobody care about that, because their subscribers and followers are because of the Family Matters. What was Tiny's show with T.I.? Because of that, and because of Real Housewives of Atlanta and the other business ventures that Tiny has had. Though all of those people do not necessarily translate into ticket sales. So to me, that doesn't even matter, because a lot of folks watch Real Housewives of Atlanta and they love Candy, but they ain't going to see the Escape SWV tour. Okay. So I don't think that all of those followers actually puts butts in the seats. So to me, it was a moot point. I'm glad that they decided to scrap that fight and just go ahead and headline together, because it wasn't a good fight. So the show ends. And some of the ladies are like, we would do this again because they were on that high after the show. Some of them is like, hell no. But Tamika takes Tasha and goes to try and talk to her, and Tasha doesn't want to talk. And Tamika is right because she's like, if we go home, that's just it. Like everything just goes silent. We don't resolve anything. She's telling Tasha that she just wants her to be her. And Tasha said, this is me. And the really, really sad part is that this is Tasha. I believe her when she says that. I believe that this is who she is now. You don't have to be the same person in 2023 that you were in 2021 or in 18 or whatever. You don't have to be the same person as you once were. And that's why sometimes relationships either come to an end or they simply have to have new parameters. They have to transform. They can't always stay the same. Tamika sat up there and in every confessional tried to be the victim. My sister is doing this. I don't know why my sister is doing that. I don't know why my sister is doing this. And then to sit up here and say that she thinks it's because Tamika is jealous of Rocky. Come on. Now, Rocky been your husband a long time, girl. Don't do that. You know it has nothing to do with that. She will place the blame for the demise of their relationship on anything except herself and her husband. And that is so sad because that means that, yep, this is her. This is the new her. She's never going to accept accountability. She's never going to actually try to repair the relationship because her ego will not allow her to admit fault. It's so sad. But I really would like for all you narcissists, all you gaslighters, all you liars and you thieves to know that we see y'all. Like we see what you do and what you say, Tasha, Eddie, all of the rest of y'all who act like this. We can see your actions. You're not fooling anyone. Like you really, really are not fooling anyone. Just because you squint and do this and say, y'all gonna believe that? What it say? Nobody believes that you're innocent. Nobody believes that you didn't know he was getting money from this promoter, allegedly. It's really sad to see their relationship in this space. And it's really sad to see that there is zero effort on Tasha's part to make anything better. She only wants to clear her name, which is impossible because as far as I can see, you lied and you stole. And that's that on that. So anyways, that's my thought on this episode. I wish I had covered the whole season, but look, life be life and I be lazy and whatever. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Bye.